大家好，2023我们绿圈视频会对个股市场进行更深度的挖掘。最近由黄金带动的资源矿业板块有了一波热潮，但是很多股友苦于对资源矿业投资不了解，感觉无从下手。因此2023我们会做一个矿业资源股 CEO 访谈节目系列，帮助大家了解这个行业的一些有质量的故事和人物。这个系列的访谈会涵盖金、银、铜、锂、铀、镍、稀土等各种金属。作为这个访谈的第一期，让我们从铀矿开始。铀矿用于核能，而核能作为新能源的一种，除了清洁安全以外，而且价格低廉。以加拿大的安省为例，核电成本仅次于水电。2011年受到福岛地震影响，铀市场进入了一个长期熊市，但目前铀价正在上涨。URA 也就是全球铀矿生产商 ETF 相对 XLE 能源基金已经走出了底部突破形态。全球铀需求比福岛事故前更大，有超过100个反应堆正在订购或者计划中，并提议再建造300个反应堆。而近期一些矿山关闭，已经减少了全球30%以上的铀供应。我们正处于一个长期供应严重短缺的市场里。目前全球每年铀生产的15.5%都来自于加拿大，加拿大也具备着世界上最大的铀储备，而其中最多的铀储备都来自于一个地方，叫 Athabasca Basin， 在萨省和阿尔伯特之间。在加拿大证券市场上市的铀矿公司大概有27家，大部分都在 Athabasca Basin， 似乎还真有点当年淘金热的情形。今天我们就邀请了这些公司里最有名的人物 James Sire 来到千亿股谈。为什么我们说 James Sire 是最有名的人物呢？因为他不仅有辉煌的战绩，而且有一个传奇故事。James 的本科受到了商学和地质、地球科学的教育，毕业后先后在多家铀矿勘探公司工作，在作为地质学家的16年的职业生涯中，有过4个铀矿地质重大发现。16年4个重大发现是什么概念呢？简单的比喻下，就好像投行那些策略分析师每4年一个熊市都能精准地抓到顶部和底部，所以这是非常难的事情。在我们采访他的过程中，我们有问铀矿勘探的成功率是多少，他说大部分人谈论的是大概每1万个洞里可以有1个打到东西，但是他大概每10个洞里就能打到东西。2014年当他还在 NextGen 作为一个勘探新兵时，他就打到了一个品位极高的铀矿带 Arrow Deposit。 由于这个铀矿带的发现，该公司后来成为了市场上最好的铀矿开发商，市值达到了30亿加元。James 为什么有这么高的成功率？当他现在作为 Baselode Energy 的 CEO， 他的下一个目标又是什么呢？本期节目值得你一听。
So hi James, it is a pleasure to meet you today. So could you please let us know who you are and why you think you're worth listening to?
I'm James Sykes, the CEO and Director of Baselode Energy. I have a long history of exploration success within the Athabasca Basin area, exploring for uranium. I've been part of a number of discoveries, directly and indirectly. So I think I have a unique talent and knack for finding uranium deposits. And with Baselode, we've already made one discovery, and we're hoping we can make more.
Can you give us an overview of the exploration process from start to end? What is the probability of a uranium discovery success rate? How do you limit the risk and increase the chance of discoveries?
Okay, that's quite a number of questions, but definitely happy to answer. I can only answer for myself. Obviously, every exploration company is different, so they all use different techniques. I guess the exploration strategy for us starts at the project level. We pick areas from imagine looking over the Earth, being in space, and then just looking at the whole northern Saskatchewan. So you're looking at an area that's about 400 kilometers by 200 kilometers, and you're trying to find an area within that you think will have mineralization. So that's really where it starts for us, is trying to refine what areas we think would have the best chances for success. Once we pick our project areas, then we fly airborne geophysical surveys so we can learn what is happening underneath the ground and how the rocks respond. We like airborne simply because with newer airborne technologies, they have replaced a lot of groundwork, and so you can cover your project in a very short time frame. It's cost effective, so our investor dollars go quite a bit further, and we can still generate some drill ready targets via that method. We typically fly gravity, electromagnetics, magnetics, and those are our go-to surveys. And from there, like I said, we basically have drill ready targets. The chances of success, yeah, I've heard the number thrown around many times that 1 out of every 10,000 drill holes is going to hit something significant. I don't know if that's true or not. My success has been much better than that. I've made a number of discoveries, just even things that were uneconomic but still hitting uranium. I probably have about 1 in every 10 drill holes is hitting uranium. Again,
that's very impressive. We all know your legendary story. So after knowing about the success rate, so your tracking record, which is 4 big discovery in the past 16 years, how can you make this happen? Like, why you got the magic to make the success rate much bigger than what people normally talk about?
It's all about creativity, I think. Way to look at the data, and you have to have an open mind, but you can't lose focus of what you are. And we're geologists. We study rocks, and we should understand what's happening. Using the airborne geophysics and trying to look for overlapping geophysical anomalies is probably one of the best ways that we delimit our risk. Once we find those areas, then we try to apply geological knowledge to those so that it makes sense. If we can't put our knowledge to work on those targets, then more than likely they're not really geological. When we do find those places where we can say, okay, well, this is probably happening because of this and this and this, then we feel much more confident. So that's the easiest way that we delimit our risk. And then we always try to hit our best targets first. Sometimes logistics comes into play and you've got a series of targets and maybe your best one is the furthest one away. You drill your closer targets first, going out to the best target. But there's a lot of factors at play.
Right. As we trade in stocks, some of the trader we said they have like the sense. They just have that sense. I guess you're very talented because it's hard to say. There are so many things affect the discovery. But wow, you just find your way to find it out. It's very impressive. So,
maybe I'm just lucky.
You're too humble to say that. We all know you used to work as a geologist. Now, what do you do as you become a CEO of a company? I think the shift of the work is definitely going to be different. And compared to the other players in the market, what is your strategy?
The shift from being a field geologist, it's definitely a very big shift, but it's one that I embrace wholly. The role as CEO allows me to communicate, I guess, the baseload vision directly with the investors. And so the vision originated with myself and another director, Charles Beaudry. Our chairman, Stephen Stewart, was behind both of us. So between the three of us, we really developed our vision and started moving along with that. And now with the technical team underneath me, we've all subscribed to this vision. Being in the field for the last 15 years, I understand how field work works, so I can understand the information that they feed me. And then this helps us continue delivering the message. So it's a lot of investor relations really, and marketing is, I would have to say, is the biggest transition. How do we really differentiate ourselves, and what are we basically marketing? It's an idea that we call Athabasca 2.0. We're looking for near surface high grade uranium deposits that are amenable to open pit mining methods. When you look at the history of the Athabasca Basin, those are the ones that get developed, open pits. They've created all the mills. Like the open pits have built the mills. So we think that there's a lot of underexplored opportunities with this type of deposit.
Can we say that Athabasca 2.0 strategy that can help you guys reduce the risk because it might be more economical since you don't need to drill that deep or build out something underground, so it's more economical, right?
Yeah, exactly. You made a very good point there, is that our exploration dollar goes that much further. We take Accio, our discovery that we made last year. We're drilling down to 200 meters, 300 meters depth. If we were drilling down to 900 meters, well, you get 900 meters from one drill hole. Exactly. Or you can get 3 drill holes at 300 meters. Your exploration dollar goes that much further, and you can fast track exploration, you can fast track discovery. And again, it doesn't matter what commodity you are in the world. I don't think there's anybody who would disagree that an open pit mine is far more cost effective than an underground mine. Generally speaking, maybe there are the odd ones here and there that fail for some reason, but open pit mines are the cost-effective mining approaches.
Yeah, I like your strategy a lot. We're doing a company, we're doing business, and I like the way you try to deliver the value to your shareholders. That's awesome. And as you mentioned your team in the previous answer, so what kind of people do you need or look for to be on your team?
We have employed young, hungry, smart people. We like the people who have that drive, who want to succeed, who will give their all basically to really achieve a dream that we all believe in. Those are the type of people that we look for in our company. We like youth because you can do a lot more when you're younger. If I were to go back 15 years, I was not as broken as I am now. There's too many injuries and so forth.
I can still feel your soul is still very young. I like the way you keep your creativity and imaginations inside your head. So I think that's why you're success.
Creativity is very important. If you can't imagine, geology is a science. It's a very complex science. And if you can't imagine what is happening in the geological world, then maybe you shouldn't be a geologist. So all of our people are very creative and they're very smart and they bring a lot of ideas to the plate, which is exactly what we're looking for. So we like the youth simply because, well, for many reasons, but youthful people, especially right out of school, haven't been trained. So they don't come with these preconceived ideas on the ways that you should do things, because I find that we are a very progressive company. We're always open to new ideas and new ways to do things, and so sometimes our youth bring that to the plate. So it's instead of being old people, guys who've been in the industry for 40 odd years who have a very rigorous way of doing things, right or wrong. Sometimes that's not the best approach.
But the way you think, the difference, it just makes you different and you make those very success discovery. I know there are 4 projects going on with Baselode. So could you give us some updates on this project? How quick this drill will start and how long would you expect the drill to complete?
Okay, the 4 projects that we have in our portfolio are Bear, Catharsis, Hook, and Shadow. Shadow is still in prolonged consultation with the First Nation community in the area. So we're not expecting any drill programs or any exploration programs. We're hopeful that we can get an airborne gravity survey complete over that project this year. And that's what we'll be aiming for on Shadow. Bear, we just staked last year a number of projects, and we'll probably add more to it if we can. But Bear is not a huge priority at the moment. We'll kind of leave that off to the back burner. So that really leaves us with Hook, which has our Accio discovery, and we will be returning there this year for sure to continue drilling. We really want to push for an I-43-101 mineral resource on Accio because we think it has the ability to become a mine one day. With mineralizations as shallow as 25 meters, we're seeing exceptional grades, exceptional widths. So it looks like this is a deposit that can move forward. So we definitely have to put more work effort into it, but we still need to raise money for that. We completed a $3 million raise in December last month, I guess, and that the first $1 million of that is going to be spent on our Catharsis project, which will be operating, hopefully have the drill turning by the end of January. We've got an amazing target that looks to us like it could be an Arrow analog. So next gen's Arrow, which is my big discovery. We think Catharsis has an opportunity for another discovery. It's easier for us to operate on Catharsis. It's more cost effective than going to Accio in the wintertime, just because Accio is all helicopter supported. So you'd have to be slinging in quite a lot of fuel to heat up the camp, heat up the drill, and that just means more helicopter time, and then you've got less daylight hours to work. So by going to Catharsis, everything is ground-based. We avoid the helicopter, and our exploration dollar goes that much further. So again, we're putting our shareholders' funds at the forefront of our exploration strategies and how we want to implement and conduct our work this year. So once Catharsis is complete, it's a 2,000 meter program, 8 drill holes. We should be finished that by March, and then hopefully by mid-March to early April we will be able to get back out to Akio and continue defining the resource, the mineralization that exists there. I think Catharsis is going to keep me up at nights. The target we have there is just, it's so compelling. My fingers, my toes, I'm going to start braiding my beard hair just so everything is crossed that we hit.
Let's wait for that amazing results. Okay, thank you.
大家觉得今天的视频对你有收获吗？你还想听的哪一些公司的故事呢？欢迎给我们留言或者加入我们 Discord 的讨论。